Hey there, Keepers. My name is Plus2, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on a brand new server. So as you can kind of see here, this is not a brand new server, it's just brand new to me. This is the Project Hydra server, and it's actually very similar to the other server I play on, Sector 17, which, let me address that right away. I'm not leaving the Sector 17 server. I'm not abandoning any of my projects on the Sector 17 server. I'm just looking for another place to play. So sometimes, you lose inspiration, you lose, the will to work on projects for a little bit, and you need some other projects to work on. So I wanted a second server that I could play on to still be able to be productive while I'm in those modes of not wanting to do certain projects, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, this is the Project Hydra server, and it's a server, like I said, very similar to Sector 17. It's just designed for content creators, which is something I'm actually really quite excited about. Pretty much everyone else on this server is a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer in some regards. So it'll be nice to be able to hopefully do some more collaborative stuff with the episodes. I think that would be a nice change of pace to be able to play with other content creators, kind of doing the same type of thing that I am. So something I was trying to figure out before I started on the server was what exactly I was going to want to do. Because I have my base on Sector 17, which I still am absolutely in love with that base. I love everything about that base. And I still fully intend on continuing to work on and completing that base as I had envisioned. So I didn't really want to do anything in that regards. And I have also plans on bases that I want to start once 1.17 comes out. And there's going to be obviously a lot of really interesting new things to mess around with 1.17. And I have actually a pretty unique idea for what to do that can take advantage of the 1.17 features in a fairly unique and interesting way. But that specific idea that I have, I can't really take advantage of until 1.17 exists, and it doesn't yet. So I was trying to figure out what to do, and I figured since I'm sort of having a lack of inspiration with what exactly I wanted to build, I would kind of borrow from other people with better ideas, and that led me down a whole long path of looking into ways to bring 3D renders or 3D models into Minecraft. And oh my goodness, I went down a lot of paths. And the place I came up with, the idea that I ended up with, is certainly not one that I expected to when I started down this path. But I'm super excited about it. Now, so okay, to quit beating around the bush here and kind of get this intro out of the way so we can get started on the actual video and getting started on this new server. Basically, I'm going to show a 3D render here, a picture of the 3D render that I'm working with. What it is it is a sort of sci-fi futuristic city that was created using a sci-fi futuristic city generator that someone had created for use for 3D printers. And there are a few issues with how that comes into Minecraft, obviously, because it wasn't ever intended to be built in Minecraft, to be as blocky as Minecraft is. So there's a few hurdles we're going to have to get over with that in the future, but I think it's going to be amazing. And the scale we're going to be building on here is massive. The version that I have that I've brought into Minecraft is 251 blocks tall. I think that's the number, something like that. 251, 252, somewhere right around there. And obviously that's technically possible in Minecraft as it exists right now, but it'd be very difficult because I have to dig all the way down to bedrock and build up from there, and it'd be cutting it close. So I'm kind of playing a bit of a gamble here, because what I'm going to do is start building this at sea level, which is about Y level 60. And I'm going to carve out the area that I need for the build of the size that I want it to be. I just won't be able to finish it until the Y level build height is increased. So in 1.17, the Y level build height is going to be increased by 64 blocks. And that should give me just enough room to be able to fit in this build at the scale that I want. Because there's something that's missing when it's at a smaller scale. I played around with a lot of scale settings and overall heights for this build, and it really doesn't quite hit that effect that I'm looking for until it gets to the scale that it's at right now. And it's, oh man, does it hit hard when you see it. Good grief, it's gonna be amazing. I'm so incredibly excited for it. It's gonna be a massive project though, so I'm not going to run into a point where I'm going to have to wait to be able to finish it until the build height increases. It's going to take me a long time to build up to needing that build height to be increased. And so the gamble I'm taking there, because I did say I'm taking a bit of a gamble. The gamble that I'm taking is that the place that I build it at is going to have that increased build height when we update to 1.17, because I did check with the people that are running the server, and they are planning on continuing this world through past the 1.17 release. They're just going to update it to 1.17 sort of mid-game. Now, I don't think I'll get the extended distance down, or at least there won't be anything there. I'm not too familiar with how that's all going to work, but I'm pretty sure I will get that extra build height once we update to 1.17. And that's the gamble I'm making. I'm pretty sure about that. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure. So anyway, that's the plan. We are going to go get started, and oh, I'm so excited. This build is going to, it's going to be amazing. So, okay, I'm going to get started. We got to get the basics. We got to figure out where we're going to do this at, get started, and there's so much to do, and I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to cut away, and we'll be back. All right, so fast forward a day here, and we are getting a little bit set up here on the server. So I've made it over to my area, the area that I'm going to be building at here. It's a nice little oak and birch forest here. Cleared out a fairly large area here, and this is where our starter base thing is going to go. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the Sector 17 server, where my starter base is the first section of what's actually going to be my main base or main build, that science fiction future-y city. So let me actually turn on this here, and so you can kind of see this is what we're going to be working with. That's where it's going to be, and that's what it's going to look like. It's a nice little dome shape. It's one of the structures on that city, and one of the corners on the bottom floor of that city. So that's what that's going to look like. I'm going to turn that off so it's not super distracting. And this is where we're at right now. One thing I'm pretty excited about is that I actually do have a fairly close neighbor over there. I've turned my render distance down pretty low here. Over in that direction, yeah, I think that direction, I have a neighbor, Victor. He's building a pretty cool city over there as well. So I'm building a science fiction future-y type city here, and he is building a medieval style city over there. And I think it's going to look really cool to have the two of them right next to each other. I think that's going to look really, really neat. And actually, we're both really excited to see how that progresses. He actually invited me to come over and use this forest here. So that was really cool. Super happy about that. And it makes me feel really nice and welcomed to the area. So I really do appreciate that. So hopefully we'll get to do some recording with Victor at some point and get to know him a little bit better. But for now, as you can see, we have, I'm now not thinking is it? It's that way. He's that. I think he's that way. Actually, I don't know. One of these directions, maybe. he's off in that direction. Something, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So as you can see, we got a tiny little starter hut. I honestly, I wasn't even planning on doing that. But whenever I log in, there's a fairly significant delay from when I actually seem to exist on the server and when I can control my character. So I just wanted a safe place that I could exist during that logging on and logging off time period. So let me go ahead and sleep real quick. Yeah, nothing fancy going on in here. Just a very basic little starter hut here. We got our nether portal hooked up. That's up on the nether roof, and we have a tunnel down to mining level there, so that we can mine for some diamonds. We've actually got a decent amount of diamonds already so far. This guy's almost done here, but yeah, we're doing pretty good on the diamond front, I gotta say. Most of that building that we're gonna be building, the dome that we're gonna be building, is concrete. That's funny I say most of it, because every single block of it is concrete. All of that building is concrete, so I did a little bit of collecting of resources here. I went out to the community mining desert, did a little bit of mining out there. I don't have any shulker boxes, so I just did the best that I could with what I had inventory-wise, and that's what I got right now. I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to need, but we'll see how long that's going to last. I am going to be doing some more clearing out of this area, so I just cleared out the stuff that was in the way, like the trees and ground that was in the way over here. Yeah, we're gonna have kind of trees right out of our front door, which isn't a huge deal or anything. But yeah, as we progress, I'll be clearing out more of this area here and doing a bit of terraforming as well to kind of make the city sort of stand out a bit more in the area. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that's all gonna go. One thing I do need to do once I get the dome built up, I think building the dome is the next thing I'm gonna be working on. Once I get that built up, I need to get a super smelter going, or at least a smart smelter, sort of super smelter going, to get some smooth stone worked up, because I think the floor for everything and like the structure for everything, the floor and the ground, like there's like big built up sections of floor, like multiple layers. I think all that is going to be smooth stone, so I think that's gonna look pretty cool. We need a lot of smooth stone, so we have to get working on that. But anyway, yeah, so I think next thing you're gonna see here is a time lapse of me building out that dome. Hopefully I might have to do a little bit more resource collection in order to be able to do that, but I will do all that off camera, and we will cut now to the time lapse of getting that built up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen and everything else, I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. It went a little bit quicker than I thought it would, to be completely honest with you. It was a fairly straightforward build, but I'm super happy with the way that it's come out. So this is kind of the look that I'm going for. I'm going to pull the forest back a little bit, and like I said, I think I mentioned before, I'm going to switch out the floor to the smooth stone to give it a more industrialized look. But this is a pretty accurate representation where you have the forest all around with these futuristic type builds in the middle here. Now I was thinking about maybe doing like a punch out in each of the sides here and turning that into a window using like white stained glass to turn that into a window so you can see out a little bit. I'm not really sure. I haven't quite nailed all that down. Maybe I'll just do like a one big ring around the whole thing. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with all that yet, but this is a great start. I'm super happy with it. I need to do a bit of mob proofing. I did light up the inside, and I brought all the floor to a singular level. But yeah, we definitely need to get some lighting up in the ceiling here to make it look, I think it'll look quite a bit better with that. But yeah, and oh, I also was thinking about doing, there's like that trick you can do where you can like dig down like 3 or 4 blocks or something and build carpet all the way up to make it so that mobs won't cross into an area without having to have a doorway. I think that's the thing you can do. I'll have to look into that and do some testing with that to make sure. But I think I want to do that because I don't really think I want to put doors in any of these. I like having them open like this where you can just run in and out. But I don't want mobs to be able to run in and out. So let's see what works best there. But this is a fantastic start. I'm super happy with the way that this has all come together. I'm thinking what would make a really good futuristic sci-fi light source would be end rods. I was originally thinking sea lanterns, and we probably will work some of them in somewhere. But I think for the most part, I think it would look really cool having. Oh my god, I've got goosebumps. That guy scared me so bad. You can't do that, man. Oh. Oh my. Let's get some pretty good trades though. Oh, for goodness sakes. Wow, okay. That whew. Anyway, yeah, I think it would look really good having end rods all over the place in the ceiling. Not all over the place, but like you get what I'm saying. End rods as a lighting source in the ceiling and for the different areas here. Now, I do want to build this out a little bit, and do some decorating on the inside as well. Get rid of this now that I won't need it anymore. And do just some other minor things around. I did do some exploring around in the shopping district. I picked up a few resources there to sort of speed up the process of getting what I needed to build this base here. Oh, did he go through the nether? Ooh, yikes! And I haven't gotten a super solid idea of what all is available to purchase there, but I didn't see much in the way of an end shop. So I might go through and kind of corner that market a little bit, just as we did with the Sector 17 server. Get elytras and shulkers and things like that and get them up for sale, because that's a pretty good seller. It's a pretty solid stream of income from those. But we will have to see just what happens here. And actually, I think that is going to be all for this first episode here. I haven't edited this down yet, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a bit shorter than my normal episodes. And I think I'm going to try to kind of stick with that for a little bit, because I do want to make sure that I'm juggling back and forth between these two servers. I don't want to just get stuck in a rut in one server now that I have two that I can play on. And I know some people are probably concerned that I might not be going back to the Sector 17 server since I haven't put up a video from the Sector 17 server in a while. But I do want to make sure that I keep playing on both servers and remain active here. I have done a lot of work on Sector 17, and my next video is going to be about the Sector 17 server, just as sort of like a check-in quick video showing what not a quick video, but another shorter one, just kind of along the same length as this one here, maybe a little bit shorter, just going over the progress I've made on all the projects I have going on over there. But yeah, as I said, I do think this is going to be the end of this episode here. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I am super excited about the project feature we have on this server here to get this whole city built up. It's going to be amazing. I'm super pumped to get started on it and get it completed. So much work to do, though, here. So I'm going to go ahead and continue working on some things here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.